Retirement is something many people spend decades looking forward to. It's often pictured as a time of freedom, relaxation, and finally having the chance to enjoy life without the pressures of work. You might imagine slow mornings with a cup of coffee, afternoons spent with family, traveling to places you've always wanted to see, or simply having the time to enjoy hobbies that were once pushed aside by a busy schedule. After years of hard work, retirement should feel like a reward. But what if some of the very habits that make retirement feel comfortable are quietly working against your long-term health? Here's something that surprises many people. Studies have consistently shown that healthy aging is influenced by much more than genetics. While your genes certainly matter, the choices you make every day after retirement may have an even greater impact on how well you age. In fact, some of the most common retirement routines can slowly increase the risk of heart disease, diabetes, muscle loss, memory problems, and loss of independence without causing obvious symptoms at first. The good news is that many of these mistakes are completely preventable. Small, consistent changes often have a much bigger impact than dramatic lifestyle overhauls. You don't need expensive supplements or complicated exercise programs to support healthy aging. Instead, understanding what to avoid and what simple habits to build can help you stay active, independent, and enjoy the years ahead. In today's video, we'll explore the longevity mistakes many healthy adults make after retirement. Some of these habits seem harmless. Others are even recommended by well-meaning friends or family members. But over time, they can quietly chip away at your health. As we move through the list, you'll also learn practical, evidence-based steps that can help you build a healthier routine. One of the final mistakes surprises many people because it has nothing to do with diet or exercise, yet it may be just as important for living a longer, healthier life. Let's begin with the first mistake. One of the biggest longevity mistakes after retirement is becoming too sedentary. Many people spend their working years looking forward to the day they no longer have to rush out the door every morning. Once retirement arrives, it's natural to enjoy a slower pace. There's nothing wrong with taking time to relax after decades of hard work. The problem begins when relaxing slowly turns into sitting for most of the day. Think about a typical retirement day. You enjoy breakfast while reading the news. Later, you watch your favorite television show. After lunch, you sit and chat with friends or browse the internet. In the evening, you settle into your favorite chair to watch another program before bed. None of these activities are unhealthy on their own. But when hours of sitting add up day after day, your body begins to change. Our muscles are designed to move. When they aren't used regularly, they gradually become smaller and weaker. This process is known as sarcopenia, which simply means age-related muscle loss. Muscle strength naturally declines as we get older, but long periods of inactivity can speed up that process. Movement also plays an important role in keeping your heart healthy, maintaining good circulation, helping your body control blood sugar, and supporting brain function. Even gentle physical activity encourages your muscles to use energy more efficiently and helps your joints stay flexible. The encouraging news is that you don't need to run marathons or spend hours at the gym. Research consistently shows that regular walking, light strength exercises, gardening, swimming, or even dancing can provide meaningful health benefits for many older adults. One simple strategy is to avoid sitting for long periods without a break. If you've been watching television for an hour, stand up and walk around the room for a few minutes. Stretch your legs, refill your water glass, or walk outside to check the mailbox. These small breaks encourage blood flow and reduce the amount of uninterrupted sitting. Daily walking is another excellent habit. Even a 20 to 30-minute walk at a comfortable pace can support heart health, improve balance, strengthen muscles, and boost mood. If walking continuously feels difficult, you can divide it into shorter sessions throughout the day. 3 10-minute walks can still provide valuable benefits. Strength training is equally important. Many people believe lifting weights is only for younger adults, but maintaining muscle becomes even more important after age 60. Simple bodyweight exercises, resistance bands, or light dumbbells can help preserve muscle strength and make everyday tasks, such as climbing stairs, carrying groceries, or getting out of a chair, much easier. Before beginning a new exercise program, especially if you have heart disease, arthritis, or other medical conditions, it's wise to discuss your plans with your healthcare provider. They can recommend activities that match your health and fitness level. Of course, staying active is only one piece of the puzzle. Surprisingly, many retirees who exercise every day still make another common mistake that quietly affects their longevity. It often begins in the kitchen, and it's something many people believe is actually helping them stay healthy. That's exactly where we'll continue next. Many retirees pay close attention to staying active, But there's another habit that can quietly work against healthy aging. It doesn't involve exercise at all. In fact, it often starts with the best of intentions. The second longevity mistake is not getting enough protein. As we grow older, our bodies become less efficient at using protein to build and repair muscle. This means that even if you're eating the same way you did in your 40s or 50s, it may no longer be enough to maintain your strength. Muscle naturally declines with age, but eating too little protein can speed up that process. Imagine two neighbors who are both 72 years old. They each take a 30-minute walk every morning. One eats eggs or Greek yogurt for breakfast, grilled chicken or beans for lunch, and fish with vegetables for dinner. The other skips breakfast, has toast for lunch, and a small bowl of soup at night. Both are active, but over time, the first person is more likely to maintain muscle strength and recover better from illness because their body has the building blocks it needs. Protein is found in foods like fish, chicken, turkey, eggs, milk, yogurt, cottage cheese, beans, lentils, tofu, nuts, and seeds. If you have kidney disease or another condition that affects your diet, it's important to follow your healthcare provider's advice about how much protein is right for you. Many older adults also eat very little during the day because they say they just aren't hungry anymore. A smaller appetite is common with aging, but consistently eating too little can lead to weight loss, weakness, and poor nutrition. Instead of 3 large meals, some people do better with smaller, balanced meals and healthy snacks spread throughout the day. Hydration is another often overlooked part of healthy aging. As we get older, the feeling of thirst becomes less reliable. You may already be mildly dehydrated before you even realize you need a drink. Even mild dehydration can contribute to fatigue, dizziness, constipation, headaches, and confusion. Keeping a water bottle nearby and drinking fluids regularly throughout the day can help, unless your healthcare provider has advised you to limit fluids because of a medical condition. The third longevity mistake is allowing social connections to fade after retirement. For many people, work provides daily conversations, friendships, and a sense of purpose. Once retirement begins, those regular interactions may become much less frequent. Days can pass with very little meaningful conversation, especially if family members live far away. Loneliness isn't just an emotional issue. Research has found that long-term social isolation is associated with poorer physical and mental health. People who maintain strong social relationships often report better emotional well-being and may be more likely to stay physically active and engaged in healthy routines. This doesn't mean you need a large group of friends. Even a few close relationships can make a meaningful difference. A weekly coffee with a neighbor, volunteering in the community, joining a walking group, attending a place of worship, or participating in a local hobby club can provide valuable social connection. Technology can also help. Video calls with children or grandchildren, online book clubs, or virtual classes can help people stay connected, especially if travel is difficult. Purpose is closely connected to social health. Many retirees who remain active in their communities say they feel happier because they have reasons to get up each morning. Caring for grandchildren, mentoring younger people, gardening, volunteering, or learning a new skill can all provide a sense of meaning that supports overall well-being. The fourth longevity mistake is ignoring sleep quality. Many older adults accept poor sleep as a normal part of aging, but that's not always the case. While sleep patterns often change with age, regularly waking up exhausted, struggling to stay asleep, or feeling sleepy throughout the day deserves attention. Sleep is when the body performs many important repair processes. During healthy sleep, the brain clears waste products, memories are strengthened, hormones are balanced, and tissues recover from the day's activities. Poor sleep over long periods has been linked with a higher risk of heart disease, high blood pressure, type 2 diabetes, depression, and memory problems. Improving sleep often begins with simple habits. Try to go to bed and wake up at the same time each day. Limit caffeine late in the afternoon, reduce screen time before bed, keep your bedroom cool and quiet, and get natural daylight during the morning. Gentle physical activity during the day can also improve nighttime sleep. However, persistent sleep problems should not be ignored. Loud snoring, pauses in breathing during sleep, or excessive daytime fatigue may be signs of sleep apnea, a condition that should be evaluated by a healthcare professional because treatment can improve both quality of life and overall health. So far, we've explored how movement, nutrition, social connection, and sleep all influence healthy aging. But the next mistake is one that many healthy adults never think about until a routine medical appointment reveals a problem that has been developing silently for years. The fifth longevity mistake is skipping regular health checkups because you feel perfectly healthy. Many retirees say the same thing. I feel fine, so I probably don't need to see the doctor. It's an understandable way of thinking. If you have no pain, no fever, and no obvious symptoms, it can seem unnecessary to schedule routine appointments. But one of the biggest challenges with many age-related conditions is that they often develop quietly. High blood pressure is a perfect example. It's often called the silent killer, because it may cause no noticeable symptoms while slowly damaging the heart, brain, kidneys, and blood vessels. The same is true for high cholesterol, which can contribute to plaque buildup in the arteries for years before causing a heart attack or stroke. Type 2 diabetes can also develop gradually, sometimes without obvious warning signs until complications begin to appear. Routine health checkups are not just about finding problems, they are also an opportunity to prevent them. A simple blood pressure reading, blood test, eye examination, hearing check, or discussion about your medications can identify issues early, when they are often easier to manage. Screening tests also become increasingly important with age. Depending on your age, medical history, and family history, your healthcare provider may recommend screenings for colon cancer, breast cancer, osteoporosis, or other conditions. These recommendations vary from person to person, so it's important to discuss what is appropriate for you. Vaccinations are another important part of healthy aging. As we grow older, our immune system naturally becomes less effective at fighting infections. Staying up to date with recommended vaccines, such as influenza, shingles, COVID-19, or pneumococcal vaccines when appropriate, may help reduce the risk of serious illness. Your healthcare provider can advise which vaccines are recommended based on your age and health conditions. Another topic that's often overlooked during checkups is medication review. Many older adults take several prescription medications along with vitamins or herbal supplements. While each one may be appropriate on its own, combinations can sometimes increase the risk of side effects or interactions. Bringing an updated list of everything you take to each appointment allows your healthcare provider or pharmacist to review whether any changes are needed. The sixth longevity mistake is neglecting brain health. Many people assume that memory loss is simply an unavoidable part of getting older. While it's true that recalling names or appointments may occasionally take longer with age, significant changes in memory or thinking should not automatically be accepted as normal aging. Just like your muscles, your brain benefits from regular activity. Learning new skills, reading books, solving puzzles, playing strategy games, or even practicing a new language can help keep the brain engaged. The goal isn't to become an expert overnight. It's to challenge your mind in different ways and continue learning throughout life. Physical activity also supports brain health by improving blood flow. A healthy heart helps supply the brain with oxygen and nutrients. That's one reason regular walking and other forms of exercise are associated with better overall brain function as we age. Nutrition matters here as well. Eating a balanced diet that includes vegetables, fruits, whole grains, beans, nuts, fish, and healthy fats provides nutrients that support overall health, including the brain. While no single food can prevent dementia, healthy eating patterns are associated with better long-term health. Protecting your hearing is another step many people don't realize can support brain health. Untreated hearing loss may make social interaction more difficult and has been linked in research to a higher risk of cognitive decline. If you find yourself turning up the television volume or asking people to repeat themselves frequently, it's worth discussing a hearing evaluation with your healthcare provider. Managing stress is equally important. Retirement should be a time to enjoy life, but financial worries, caregiving responsibilities, or health concerns can create ongoing stress. Chronic stress affects sleep, mood, blood pressure, and overall well-being. Gentle activities like walking outdoors, spending time with loved ones, deep breathing, gardening, prayer, meditation, or enjoying a favorite hobby may help reduce stress for many people. Finally, never underestimate the importance of protecting your mental health. Feeling sad occasionally is part of life, but persistent sadness, loss of interest in activities you once enjoyed, or ongoing anxiety should not be ignored. Depression is not a normal part of aging, and effective treatments are available. Speaking with a healthcare professional is an important first step. We've covered movement, nutrition, social connection, sleep, preventive healthcare, and brain health. These are all powerful habits that can influence how well we age. But there's one final mistake that quietly affects nearly every aspect of health, and surprisingly, it has less to do with medicine than with how we choose to live each day. In the final part, we'll bring everything together with one of the most important lessons for healthy longevity and finish with practical steps you can start using today. The seventh and final longevity mistake is losing your sense of purpose after retirement. When people think about healthy aging, they usually picture nutritious meals, regular walks, or annual checkups. Those habits are certainly important, but many experts who study aging agree that emotional well-being and having a reason to get up each morning can be just as meaningful. For decades, your daily routine may have revolved around work, raising a family, or caring for others. Your schedule had structure. You knew where you needed to be and what needed to be done. Then retirement arrived, and suddenly that structure disappeared. At first, the freedom feels exciting. You can sleep in, watch your favorite shows, travel, or simply relax. But after weeks or months, some retirees begin to notice something unexpected. The days start blending together. Motivation fades. Physical activity becomes less frequent. Meals become less balanced. Social visits become less common. Little by little, healthy routines begin to disappear. Purpose doesn't have to mean having a job. It simply means feeling that your life still has meaning and that someone or something depends on you. For one person, purpose may come from helping grandchildren with homework. For another, it may be volunteering at a local food bank, singing in a community choir, caring for a garden, mentoring younger people, or learning a new skill that they've always wanted to try. Having meaningful goals encourages healthy behaviors almost naturally. When you have somewhere to go, you're more likely to get dressed, walk outside, stay socially connected, and remain mentally active. These small daily actions add up over time. It's also important to remember that purpose can change. The activities you enjoyed in your 50s may not be the same ones that bring joy in your 70s or 80s. That's perfectly normal. Healthy aging often means adapting rather than giving up. For example, someone who loved running may switch to walking or swimming. A person who can no longer travel long distances might enjoy photography around their neighborhood. A retired teacher might discover satisfaction in tutoring children online or reading to grandchildren over a video call. The key is to stay engaged with life instead of withdrawing from it. Another important habit is continuing to challenge yourself. The brain responds well to learning, regardless of age. You might take a cooking class, learn basic photography, study a musical instrument, practice painting, or explore local history. New experiences stimulate different parts of the brain and often introduce opportunities to meet new people as well. Healthy aging is rarely the result of one dramatic decision. Instead, it grows from hundreds of small choices made consistently over many years. Choosing to take a short walk instead of sitting for another hour. Choosing water instead of a sugary drink. Choosing vegetables and lean protein more often than highly processed foods. Choosing to call a friend instead of spending another evening alone. Choosing to schedule a routine checkup instead of putting it off for another year. None of these decisions seem life-changing on their own, but together they build a foundation that supports strength, independence, and quality of life. It's also worth remembering that perfection isn't the goal. Everyone has days when they skip a walk, eat less healthy meals, or don't sleep well. That doesn't mean you've failed. What matters most is returning to healthy habits the next day, rather than giving up altogether. If you're living with conditions such as high blood pressure, diabetes, heart disease, arthritis, or osteoporosis, don't assume that healthy lifestyle habits no longer matter. In many cases, they become even more valuable. Working closely with your healthcare provider allows you to create a plan that's safe, realistic, and tailored to your individual needs. Healthy aging also means listening to your body. Persistent fatigue, unexplained weight loss, chest pain, increasing shortness of breath, repeated falls, new memory changes, or ongoing pain should never be ignored. While these symptoms may have treatable causes, they deserve proper medical evaluation rather than being dismissed as just getting older. Perhaps the most encouraging message is this: it's never too late to benefit from healthier habits. Research continues to show that improvements in physical activity, nutrition, sleep, and social engagement can make a positive difference even later in life. You don't have to be perfect, and you don't have to change everything overnight. Small, consistent steps are often the ones that last. As we reach the end of today's discussion, let's quickly bring these 7 longevity mistakes together. First, avoid spending too much of the day sitting without movement. Second, make sure your body gets enough protein and overall nutrition to support healthy muscles and recovery. Third, protect your social connections, and don't allow loneliness to become your daily routine. Fourth, treat good quality sleep as an essential part of healthy aging. Fifth, don't skip regular medical checkups simply because you feel well. Sixth, Keep your brain active through learning, physical activity, and meaningful conversations. And finally, never underestimate the importance of having a sense of purpose. It may be one of the strongest motivations for maintaining all the other healthy habits we've discussed. If there's one idea to remember from this video, it's that longevity isn't about finding a miracle solution. It's about building a lifestyle that supports your body and mind, one day at a time. Before you go, we'd love to hear from you. How old are you? And which of these 7 longevity mistakes surprised you the most? If you've discovered a healthy habit that has made a real difference in your life after retirement, share it in the comments. Your experience could encourage someone else who is beginning their own healthy aging journey. Thank you for watching. Take good care of yourself, and we'll see you in the next video.